This video is going to cover the Word Chapter 1 pause and practice. After you've completed your Let Me Tries for Word Chapter 1, you need to complete the pause and practice. So we're going to click on the link and it's going to take you into SimNet and it'll launch here in the assignment and it'll say download primary resource, save the file, and then submit it for grading. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. It's a previous submission. And you can download the resources. You actually have to download the resources in each Dropbox of a pause and practice in order to get this upload and save option available. But SimNet doesn't know that I already gave this folder to you in that initial zipped folder that hopefully you saved somewhere on your desktop or your documents folder or remotely in the cloud. So that way you can access your files easily and keep them organized. If you did not view the previous video on how to complete pause and practices and you're not sure what zipped folder I'm talking about, then you do need to go back and look at the video on how to complete pause and practices. It's 2 minutes and it will help you get all of your files set up for class. So I'm going to go to my desktop because that's where I put my folder. And inside my desktop, I have my folder, then I have my Word 2021 folder, and then my Word Chapter 1. So I'm going to open up this file here, which has all 3 sections of directions in it, 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. With this open, I'm going to start following the directions, and after I complete them all, then I'll upload it to the Dropbox. So our first step here is to open up a Microsoft Word document and click blank document on the start page if Word is already open. We're going to click that File tab to open the Backstage view and click blank document. So I don't already have Word open. Well, I do for something else, but we're going to go into Word here. And I'm going to click blank document. And it says as soon as the file opens, I'm going to put this in a split screen so we can see all the directions and the document. All right. Number 2 says to click the File tab in the Backstage view and then click Save As on the left, go to Browse, click the Save As dialog box, and we're going to navigate to where we're saving this. So again, I would put this in your Word Chapter 1 folder that you already have created on your desktop or your Documents folder or wherever it is that you're saving your files for class 2. So I would hit File, Save As, Browse, and then go to Desktop, then click on Word. Click on your data files, then click on Word 2021, then click on Word Chapter 1, and it says to type in your initial space PPW1-1 as the file name. So mine are SLF, but you're going to put in your initials. And then we're going to hit save. Step 2 asks you to create an autocorrect entry. So we're going to click the File tab and open the Backstage view and select Options on the left to open the Word Options dialog box. From here, we're going to click Proofing, and then we're going to click Autocorrect Options. And then we are going to click the Auto Corrections tab if it's not already selected, but it is. And we're going to type in Cavalli and replace with Cavalli with 2 L's. Once I hit the Add button, we're going to go ahead and hit OK, and hit OK again. From there, we're going to use the autocomplete to insert a date. So I'm going to make sure that my show hide marks are on. This is going to be in my paragraph group and my home tab. Once my show hide marks are on, then I'm able to see the backwards paragraph marks. I can also see that I have one space by hitting the space bar, and I can see if I hit tab, and I can see all the different marks in a Word document to help me gauge where my insertion point is at and how it got there. So we're going to type in the date, and it says to use a January 1st, 2023 format. So I'm just going to type in today's date, March 2nd, comma, 2024. Oops, March 2nd, 2024. And then as I hit the comma and the space, an autocomplete tag will generate based on the information that's there so far. There it is. Sometimes you have to play with it just a little bit to get it to pop up. But generally, after I typed in March and hit the space, it did pop up and I can hit tab, and then that autocomplete tag gets inserted. I typed too fast though for it. From there, we're going to continue typing the rest of the date if you needed to, so it actually used only the autocomplete tag for the month, and then you can use the autocomplete tag for the rest of it. It doesn't matter how it really gets in there, but the date needs to get in there. We're going to hit enter 2 times after the date, and then we're going to type out some additional information. After you type in David and Sharon Wing, we're going to hit Shift Enter to do what's called a line break and not a hard enter. And this changes the spacing a little bit. Again, Shift Enter at the end of road. And this is saying after the zip code to do a hard enter. So I'm going to hit a hard enter, and then we're going to type in Dear Mr. and Mrs. Wing, colon, we need a period after Mrs. We hit enter, and then now we're typing in subject, colon, disclosure statement. From there, we're going to hit enter, and then it says to type in the body paragraphs. I've already typed up this information for you, and you can just copy and paste it if you'd like. So again, in that folder, you'll see a file that says 6A and 6B text. So I'm going to double click that file, hit Control A to select it all, Control C to copy, close out of the file, and then click on the file where I'm typing, and I'm going to hit Control V to paste it in. And it seems as if it's already pasted it to match what is already here, but I'm going to hit keep just text only, so that way none of the formatting possibly came over, but everything looks as if it should. So 6A and 6B are typed out. 6C says to delete the space between the words real and estate. So I'm going to go to real and estate right here, and I'm going to remove that space, and it wants us to put in what's called a non-breaking space character. So with your left hand, you're going to hold down Control and Shift, and then you're going to hit the space bar with your right hand. That's going to put in a little bubble, and again, these formatting marks will not appear if you email this to someone or if you print it off. It's just there for your information. And if a non-breaking space character keeps those two words together. And again, all of this is explained in your text. I'm just giving you a couple of extra pieces of information aside from the directions. From there, you're going to type the closing lines of the business letter, and you're going to place your insertion point on the blank line below the second body paragraph, and you're going to type in best regards. And then you will type in Emma Cavalli, Shift Enter, Realtor Consultant, Shift Enter, Placer Hills Real Estate, Enter, and then your initials in lowercase letters, and then hit Shift Enter. So if you need to pause the video at any time, you can, and you can type this out. Then after your initials, I'm going to hit Shift Enter here, and we are going to be on 7E. You can see that the word automatically capitalizes the first letter because it is the first letter in a new paragraph. So we are going to hover over top of it. And again, this might take some finagling. I'm just kind of clicked and then eventually hovered. Autocorrect options will then pop up. There's a couple of different things that you can do here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to undo the automatic capitalization. So we're just going to hit undo. Then we're going to type in the word enclosure here. we're going to hit Control S. We're going to make sure that our document aligns with everything that you see here. We have the same enters, same commas, same colons, same periods. I have an error up here that I just noticed, Dear Mr. and Mrs. Wing, and everything else looks good. So from here, we're going to keep scrolling down and we're going to start 1-2. So this asks you to open up your 1.1 file if it's not already open. And then we're going to go to save this document then with a 2 at the end. So we are asked to click and browse, open the dialog box, locate the file, and we've already opened it. So we're going to now save this document with a 1-2. So 1.1, we've already hit Control S to save it, and then we're going to hit File, Save As, Browse, or you can hit F12. And now we are in here, we're going to click after the 1 and put in a 2. So we're going to hit Enter, and now we're working on 1-2. So our first step starts down here at number 3, and it says to copy some text from the clipboard. So we're going to open up another file that was already given to us in our folder, this file here, and again we are copying and pasting this text. So we're going to hit Control A to select it, Control C to copy, close out of the text, and we're going to click right before Best Regards, and we're going to hit Control V as in Victor to paste that information into the document that we're currently working on. Once we've pasted it in there, I'm not going to worry about the pasting options or not matching the formatting just yet, because we are going to format it a little bit later. Looking at number 5, we are going to copy the formatting from the first paragraph to the 2 new paragraphs. So we are going to select Please Read all the way down through Fact, and we're going to click on our Format Painter just one time, and when you click that Format Painter, it automatically picks up the format here, the spacing, the font style, the font size, and then as you hover over other parts of the document, you're going to see that paintbrush pop up with the I-beam next to it. You're able then to select all the way down, make note all the way down through Best Regards, and that will apply that format down through that section. If you double click the Format Painter and it's still on, you can hit Escape to turn it off, but you now should have that format down here on the information that you just pasted over from that other document. So number 5 walks you through that part. Number 6 asks us to copy the text using a drag drop method. So we are going to select the word disclosure here in the 3rd paragraph. With that selected, you're going to hold down, it's selected, we're going to hold down Control on our keyboard, and we're going to click it and drag down to statement and let go of Control and let go of our keyboard or our mouse. And when you drag it down, you're going to see that you've copied that word. So we did a nice drag drop there. We are now looking at number 7, which is to move a paragraph body on the letter. So we're going to select the entire 3rd paragraph, make note all the way through permit, and we are going to hit Control X to cut that, and then we're going to place our insertion point in front of if there is. So we're going to click right before if there is and hit Control V as in Victor to paste it. You can always use your cut paste options up here too on the home tab, whatever works for you. From there, we're going to scroll down to 8, and we are going to insert and format a date. So we're going to delete the placeholder down here that says date, and we're going to take the brackets out as well. And we're going to put in 7 days from whatever date you used above. So I'm going to type in March 9, 2024. From there, we are going to select that date, and we are going to use the yellow highlight. And you can use it on the quick access toolbar here, or you can use it in the font group on your home tab. Either way is fine. After you've added the highlight, we're on number 9. We're going to hit Control A to select the entire document, We're going to change our font to Cambria. After you changed it to Cambria, we're going to change the font size to 12. And then we are on number 10. We're going to select the word subject. And then we're going to change case button. So the change case button is the Mama A and the Baby A together. I always kind of use that reference. It is in the font group on your home tab, and we are going to change it to uppercase. We are now on 10C, where we're going to select the entire subject line. And from there, we are going to center it up. Oops, I went down a little too far there. Whoops, 10C. Select the entire subject line. And you can hit center on the home tab, or you can hit Control E. And it also has us, and I may have actually done a step ahead, I apologize. We are going to center it up eventually, but we're still on, 10C, and we'll keep it centered for now. And we're going to launch the font dialog box launcher. So we're going to hit Control D, or you can hit the little itty bitty box in the font group on the home tab. And in the font group here, we are going to go to the advanced tab, and we're going to change the spacing to expanded. And then we're going to hit the up arrow, and we're going to change it to 1.5 point. So we're going to hit the up arrow to 1.5, and then we're going to go ahead and hit OK. Then it asks us to select the email address down here. And after you've selected the email address in the last body paragraph, and that was 11A, we're going to change the font color to dark blue and then an underline. So I'm going to hit Control U for the underline, or you can hit underline here in the font group on the home tab. And then in the font colors, we're looking for dark blue. So this is the dark blue in the standard colors fonts. If it has a percent or it's a theme color, it's going to be up here, but this is a standard color. So we're going with the dark blue standard color. Then we're going to select the writer's name, Emma Cavalli, right below best regards. And we're going to hit Control D for that font dialog box again and go to the font tab. And then it asks us, after we select Emma Cavalli and launch the font dialog box, to click the small caps. After you click the small caps, we're going to hit OK. We're going to select Realtor Consultant and hit Control I for italics. And then Control B for Placer Hills Real Estate. That's going to make that bold. That goes all the way through 11, and then it asks you again to save this document. We're going to hit Control S, and then we're going to hit File, Save As, Browse, and now we're creating 1-3. So if I scroll down over here in my directions, we'll see this was 1-2, and we're now starting on 1-3. So we've started it with 1, 2, and now we're going to click at the end, take out the 2, put in a 3, and then we are going to first off start with number 3, and we are going to change out some of the spacing on the document. So we're going to hit Control A, and we're going to open up our paragraph dialog box launcher so that we can see all of the spacing options. That's 3B. And then 3C is going to be changing this line spacing to single, and then the after spacing gets changed to 12. After you hit OK, you'll see the document gets spaced out a little bit differently. And then for number 4, we're going to add paragraph spacing before the date line of the business letter. So we're going to click at the top where it says March 2nd, 2024, and on the layout tab, we're going to change the spacing here to 72. So we're going to hit the up arrow all the way on the before to 72. Whoops. Number 5 says to change paragraph alignment of the selected text, and that is going to be the subject line, which we already changed. So you can select that and hit center or Control E. Number 6 asks us to select the word reveal, and we're going to use the thesaurus to change that and see what other synonyms are available for that word. So we're going to select reveal, right here. And I'm going to right click on it, and we are going to select the word divulge. So that way divulge is now used instead of the word reveal. You are welcome to open up your thesaurus, and you can browse through that as well. And that is 6B and 6E. And it also asks us to look for the word residence in the first body paragraph. And we are going to right click on that, and we are going to change that word to home. Number 7 asks us to add a word to the custom dictionary. So we're going to go to File and Options, and then go back into Proofing and click on Custom Dictionaries. And we're going to make sure that this is selected, roaming custom.dic, and then we are going to click the Edit Word List. We're going to type in our last name, and then we're going to hit the Add button. It says if your last name's already in there, not to worry about it. I think mine may already be, and that is why I don't have an add option. So we are just going to cancel out of all of those, or you can hit OK, and then your last name would no longer be flagged for spelling errors, is the point of that. Number 8, we're going to start checking for spelling and grammar errors in our document. And we want to do this at the very beginning. So I'm going to hit Control Home on my keyboard, or you can click to get to the very top. And you can hit Function F7 or F7, or hit Review and Spell Check to launch the spell check. So we're going to go ahead and change whole house to 2 separate words, truss to 2 S's, granite, and your. So you're going to choose the first available option for each of those different spelling errors. And as you scroll down a little bit further, it talks about number 9 and using the rewrite suggestions for an alternative word choice. That's something you are welcome to do, but you do not have to do that. We're actually going to skip that direction today, as well as number 10. 10 also asks you to use a search option. And again, these are things that you can do on your own, but they're not going to affect your final document or your grade if we skip those 2 things. The next step is number 11. We're going to add document properties to our letter. So it asks us to go to the File tab and then click Info on the left. And from there, we're going to go into Properties and click on Advanced Properties. And here we have an option to add a couple of different properties. We can remove an author over here if we need to. And we're actually just going to take out our name, and we're going to put in Emma Cavalli as the author. And then we're also going to type in real estate as the subject. That was I. And then Emma Cavalli was E, and then G is as the company. We're going to type in Placer Hills Real Estate. And the title is and C, disclosure statement. So I may have typed those in a little out of order, but it's not going to affect the overall result. So you should have a title, a subject, an author, and a company. Once you hit OK, it gives you the option to use that read aloud feature for number 12. Those are going to be in your learning tools section of your review tab. If you go to your review tab and you click on the read aloud option, you can have the document read to you. There is also another option to use an immersive reader tools option. That is not going to affect the overall outcome of your document, so you can skip those directions 12 and 13. And then it asks us to save and close our document, and we're going to upload just that last 1-3 to the Dropbox. So we're going to look at our document, make sure that it matches with what is pictured at the end of the directions. After you hit save, we're going to close that out. We can confirm it looks the same. And we're going to go back into SimNet, click Save and Upload, and we are just uploading that last 1-3 file. We're going to hit Yes, Submit, and then you will then wait for your instructor to grade the file.